Joe Rogan was talking the other day, and he was basically all he was saying is don't count Conor out. Conor and Poirier are going to go do this thing again, but don't count Conor out. And this narrative about Conor and the money and being rich and therefore not being hungry. So, man, I don't know if I buy all this. A damn good fighter fighting damn good fighters, and a lot of times they go his way, and every now and then they don't. Yeah, I agree with that. But as we look at 155 pounds, particularly armed with the evidence that we have that Dana White said as it pertains to Juston Gaethje. Now, this was a little bit of a surprise, at least for me, when Dana came out and said Gaethje may be next for the title. We may put him on that card that night, but we also may hold him out and make him just a backup fighter for Chandler versus Oliveira. Now, that surprised me because let's say that was put to Gaethje. We need you as a backup fighter. So which of these two fights do you want to back up? Do you want to back up the world title fight, or do you want to back up and fill in for either Dustin or Conor if something happened there? It would be interesting to hear what Gaethje said, because don't forget what Poirier said. Poirier was put in that same position. Do you want to fight for the title? It won't be against Conor. Or do you want to fight against Conor? It won't be for the title. He said Conor. I would be very curious what Gaethje said. Would Gaethje rather be in a spot where he could fill in and be opposite McGregor? Or if he fills in, it will be for a title. And I don't know what his answer would be. I mean, 155 is very interesting right now, just because we've seen, it's so hard to guess. It's so hard to predict because we're seeing unprecedented things. We saw the champion walk away from the championship, by example. There's some moving parts at 55. It's very interesting right now. How big will Gaethje's name be come July? In comparison to if Makhachev gets a fight, if Kevin Lee comes back, Dariush versus Tony, one of those guys is going to come out and they're going to be a player. Would Gaethje even be the guy that you would want to see in the backup if you had other options? If he's not, what do you do with Gaethje? Who's he fight? Right, a lot of good, but what? We don't really have a clarity. And I think if we ask Gaethje, which one would you like to be the backup fighter for more? I don't know that we would have any more clarity. I think that would just muddy the waters more. But my entire point that I'm attempting to prove is the waters are very muddy at 155.